kind of maybe tell everybody about this, or what? It's up to
Well,
whatever you're doing.
sure. Do I recognize any of the deities?
Why don't you give me a check?
I'm assuming religion.
Yes, it would be religion. You can tell that there is a. You could definitely tell that there is something that has to do with Moradin inside of the scene. That you are a dwarf. You know, Moradin is the god of creation, of craft, and the dwarves. You know that some of these symbols do represent Moradin, but that's the only one that you can see.
Okay. Yeah, yeah. I'll call over Pride.
Okay.
Yes,
And,
yes.
Come, I found some religious runes. Do you recognize any of these?
I'm more familiar with my lady, but let me have a look at these.
Kind of pricks
These
eyes,
heathen,
ears
these
at
heathen
that.
symbols here.
And again, I also mention a kind of wave over I, and
Nice roll.
say there's runes here.
Yeah. So as you're kind of looking around, Pride, you can see that there are quite a few deities. There are 4 deities that you definitely have heard of. Bahamut, the god of justice and nobility. You know him as the Platinum Dragon.
Yes.
Moradin, god of creation and craft. You can also see that there is Arathis, the god of civilization and empire. And the last but not least is Pelor, the god of the sun and agriculture.
Oh God, praise the sun. All right, a veritable hodgepodge of heathen gods up here, friends. Nothing comparable to my lady.
More than a heathen god, I love it. Oh my god. And
But,
Bahamut, oh my god.
Yeah, we've got the platinum dragon god up here, the dwarven god, civilizations god, and praise the sun, Pelor is up here as well.
I've heard of them all. What's it written in?
Yeah.
Can't see.
What sort of script?
It's sort of like just religious iconage and runic,
okay.
you know, religious runes and stuff like that.
Not really any
Runes,
language,
you say?
but just yeah. You know
Yeah, as in
something
like
about
the
those things?
runes that
Alright.
represent those particular deities.
Right. Their heraldry, so to speak.
Correct. So it looks like all 4 of these deities are represented in some form or another here within this. Kind of weird coming from goblins, because you smell nothing but goblins in
Is
this
there
place.
any type of offering area nearby? Can
No.
you go and see?
And where
Dave,
you're at,
How nice are these carvings? Do they look? I mean, am I familiar enough with inscriptions such as these to see that the quality may not be up to goblin standards, or does it look crude?
they're not crude, but they were written a long time ago.
Okay, all right,
Yeah.
yeah. This is old stuff. All right.
Yeah, thanks
Go
for being
ahead, I'm sorry.
descriptive about that. And where you guys are at, there's a break in the tunnel, sort of like a V. It goes left and it goes right. And both of these tunnels, they both have the same stench of goblin and musty, crap and everything. And the one thing that
I needed to look at Vane and think he needs to take a bath.
yeah, so can I get you guys to give me one more perception check? And I'm sorry about this.
And no problem at all.
Old dice tower. I love this dice tower, man. We're gonna use the shit out of this dice tower.
Yeah, every skill.
Ooh, one of you got a natural 20. Fail.
Whoa. Well, eagle eyes there.
Wow, old eagle eyes. When you guys were back at the big battle, you remember that all of these goblins were sort of like led by one individual that was on a black horse. You remember this individual on the black horse, on the very outskirts of the battle, to where you couldn't get to this person. And this person it looked to be a scholarly individual, actually, with robes and whatnot, sort of like draped over the horse and everything. And the horse was definitely black. And as the goblins started falling, this rider took off. And when the rider took off, that's when the last goblins retreated. Now as for Vey, you do see there are some horse hoof prints in the sort of like the mushy floor of the cavern where you're at. These horse imprints, these hoof prints, are going to the right. But like I said, there's a V here, and it goes left and right.
Oh. Hey guys,
Yes, my dear.
you remember that pit start with the horse?
Yes, vaguely
That
in the heat of
figure
battle,
in the
yes.
distance, yes.
Yeah, look at that. Horse tracks.
Oh, where at? Oh, I'm stepping right on.
Yeah, you're kind of
Horse
mushing them in.
tracks.
You can't even tell that they're tracks anymore. Oh yeah, that's where they're at.
Do I look at towards the ceiling, Dave? Does it seem like this place can accommodate a horse? Of that
Absolutely,
size?
yeah.
It does. Okay.
Probably about 9 to 10 foot to the top
Alright.
of the top of the cavern. And this is all. This is towards the beginning of this cavern was all natural, but now that you're inside, this is actually, man, it's dug.
This could be one of the captains of the bandit lord. We best be careful, friends.
I think our direction has been chosen for us, and I go ahead and start heading down that way.
The barbarian lord. Oh, so you're going down the path to the right where the horse
the bandit
imprints?
lord. or whatever.
Uh-huh.
That's
Dibs
correct.
on the horse.
There are, like I said, there are two paths. You guys can take either west or east. That's up to you all.
I don't want the little fellow running off. He almost got killed by those little measly goblins a while ago. Let us go after him.
Now I am moving carefully, but
Okay.
yeah, I've taken off, Dave. The seeker is very
Nice.
impulsive,
All right.
so he's gone ahead and he's trying to stealth and scout ahead
Okay.
down this path.
I like it. All right. So you are scouting down the path. All right. You start to hear, water dripping, and the creepy music starts to come on now.
Oh god.
Oh,
Oh, there it is.
here it
Right on cue.
is. Here it is. And you can start to see down one of the longer shafts as you're, twisting your way, going down some natural earthen stairs, almost slipping a couple times because of the slime that is growing, and you catch yourself. Down one of these corridors, you can start to see that there's light, sort of coming around the corner.
I snuff my torch. as soon as I
Another
see that
human,
light.
no doubt.
I shall prepare
Doesn't
an arrow.
sound like a human. First
Well, you can't
instinct, not a human. Definitely not.
No.
Can I make a nature check to see if I recognize what it is?
Isn't the seeker the one that sees it, or do we all see it?
I thought
Well,
we were
the
all
seeker.
following
I thought
okay.
the seeker's scouting ahead a little bit, right?
Okay, all right.
Yeah, I'm just a little ahead.
Scratch
You
that,
guys
yeah.
are behind, following it.
I thought I was holding your hand, but that's okay.
Oh my God! Holding his hand. Holy shit!
That's not his hand.
Nice.
You like short stealth, man.
So you can go back, seeker, and kind of you tell the party that what you kind of hear up ahead.
Oh yeah, yeah. What exactly do I hear, Dave?
Basically, it sounds like more goblin type of grunts and squeals. Now, I am going to tell you guys this. The first combat was sort of like a test run to get used to everything, even though you guys did get all the XP. I am going to reset everything for you guys with an extended rest. So
Whoa.
the first it was
Better
just all
clench my
practice.
buttocks now.
Yeah, the first combat is always practice in all
Dave's
my
worried
games.
about this next combat.
No, I'm not. No, I'm not worried about the next combat. I was planning on doing that anyway. So
Okay.
I didn't realize I would beat you up that much.
We got past the tutorial. All right.
yeah, you got past the tutorial, and the tutorial granted you a full rest at the end.
All right. Okay, that's
Love it.
So I'll come back to the group and tell them that there's a light up ahead, and I hear goblin voices.
goblins.
And
You said.
I don't know why goblins would need a light, so there's something else as well.
Yeah, and you could hear fire crackling, just sort of like probably coming from maybe a torch on a wall or maybe a brazier sitting on the floor or something like that.
They might be cooking something. Seeker.
You're in luck. There's light ahead.
Oh joy.
I will now snuff my torch out. Seeker, stay close. I can't see a damn thing.
So I'll lead the blind here forward, and
I grabbed your stubby little hands.
let's get a. You got your hand right on my bald head.
Okay, yeah, I put it right on the hand mark on your head. Yes.
It's perfect height. You're good.
Oh, I love it. Fucking
So we'll
great.
go ahead and move in and see if we can't get some eyes on these guys.
Okay.
Let's do be careful.
So, Seeker, who all is with Seeker? I want everybody to give me stealth checks, and that's right, in the Tower of Power, in the Dice Tower of Power. If you're within 10 feet of the Seeker, I want a stealth check.
I'm right behind the Seeker.
Okay. Oh my god.
Hand on his head.
Don't you get? Isn't this suspenseful? You guys have no clue what the hell you're rolling.
That, yeah.
I love it. God, this is great.
That's why it should be.
It's a question of I don't know how well we're doing.
Yeah,
Or
exactly.
how poorly.
So the Seeker, you fall. Well, I'll say that over again. As you turn around and you're talking to everyone, some of this slime on the floor gets the best of you, and you fall. So give me. I want you to give me an acrobatics check. This is a very important roll in the Tower of Power. You totally are clutch on that Seeker, man. You grab a hold of both a vein that's with you and pride, and you kind of grab him and say, "Oh shit."
Pride, don't push down on my head. You made me fall.
It was the slime, I swear.
Yeah, my palm's getting a little sweaty. I'm grabbing that head as hard as I can.
So, you move up, and there is a double door in front of you, and there's like a small barred window. Two barred windows, one in each door, and inside of this, you can see that there are several braziers on the wall directly across from you. It looks like the room's not only about 10-15 feet across. These two braziers are casting like a very faint red glow, and you can see, sort of like charcoal bits kind of flying out and spattering around. Now, you can also smell smoke also. And, you could see the smoke kind of rising up to the ceiling, and it looks like it's kind of making a sort of like a path. And then the smoke trails up like a ventilation shaft. So it's really cool as you're kind of looking in there. And then as you look to your right a little bit, you can see the Black Horse. And the Black Horse, it doesn't have there's no saddle on it. There's, no one around, no human anyway. And it's standing there just drinking out of a pool of water to the right side. Now, also, you look to your left and to your right again, you can see some doors. And just as you're kind of like looking around, two goblins, they're clutching short spears, and they're patrolling right in front of the door. And one of them smells, and the other one says,
What do you smell?
and the other one says,
I smell stench. Oh, it smells horrible.
and then the other one says,
It's probably nothing. We've got to get to Malorith and report.
and these two goblins, they kind of stroll off around the corner.
What was that all about, Seeker?
Two goblins ahead.
What in the hell were they talking about, man?
Someone
don't
named Malorith.
Malorith. Is that who's driving that horse, you think?
I would think so. Vane, what can you tell us about this horse?
I don't know.
Anything special?
It's black. And it's thirsty. Can I make a nature roll to see if I can tell if it's a natural horse or something conjured from the nether realms?
Sure.
Perhaps a robotic.
Oh my.
So sorry.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
You just totally made me hack up half the shit out of my lungs on that.
Get it out of your system.
Oh, yeah.
Anything to help,
Beautiful
Daddy.
roll. Yeah, this horse, it is definitely a real black horse. It is just a black racing horse.
Right. Chaps, I've examined the horse. It's pooping. Therefore, it's not a supernatural horse.
Alright, it's drinking as well. That could have been a hint, too.
That was
All right.
also the other thing that gave it away. But I am indeed a ranger and know these things about natural creatures.
All right, I've just never seen one before, so I didn't know.
What a horse!
Let's sneak up behind. Yeah, I'm a dwarf.
So this is where you guys are at. Okay.
What do you think was pulling the cart?
This is what you guys see. You know, you
Okay.
see the braziers in front of you, you see the door to the left, you see the door to the right. You can see that there's another double door just like this, straight across, sort of like an angle. You know, you see the horse drinking out of the well, and you see these two goblins patrolling away. Looks like they're going towards the double door. And in fact, I'll tell
other
you,
double door?
yeah, it's across. It's 45 feet away. It's just like an identical door, like what you're behind now. But
Roger,
it's
Roger.
a solid door, though. This is not a solid door. So I'll tell you what. I will let you guys have a round of surprise, if you would like to have a round of surprise.
Yeah, let's shank these goblins, Vale.
Am I here with you now?
And let's find out about that Malor or whatever his name is.
All right, leave one of them alive at the end.
They said,
Yes, one of them.
Ah,
On the
it's
count of 3.
it's Maloreth.
3.
Mallory, yeah, let me write that down.
All right, on the count of 3. 3. And the seeker rushes in, Dave.
I love it.
Alright, I feel an absence beneath my hand and then see the little fellow who trot off.
All right, so I'm going to refresh on the surprise round. So 2 things apply during this surprise round. Limited action. If you get to act in the surprise round, you can take a standard action, a move action, or a minor action. You can also take free actions. If you're surprised, you can't take any actions. So you guys get 1 action apiece during the surprise round. So the door, I won't make that to be an action for everybody. Now I'm gonna throw everybody's tokens on this map. Okay. Oops.
The seeker in front. He was
Well, yeah,
the
I'm
most perspicuous.
yeah, I'm gonna kind of stack everybody up. So there you go. There's Fail. There's the Seeker. There's Vane, and you guys can be back at the door. So whenever you come out to where Vay or Vane is, that's 1 square. So I don't know if you guys are going to. You get one action. You get a move, standard, or minor. So what would you guys do? You guys burst through this door. You catch the goblins off guard.
Hey, cats! I knew I smelled shit around here.
And you know that these guys have their weapons drawn already.
Ah.
Okay, so you guys get free action. So we're just gonna go right on down the line. You guys can roll initiative now, and then I've already rolled initiative on the others. So
So we.
all right. So you guys have rolled initiative. It looks like the Seeker, clutch again, gets to go first. So what is your 1 action going to be, Seeker? Starting where Vay and Vane is, that'll be 1 if you do a movement, or you can stand at the door.
No, I'm gonna for my surprise action. I guess I'm gonna whip a shuriken at one of the goblins.
Okay, so you're going to stand
now
in the
I don't
door.
Have a ranged, I'm sorry?
You're going to stay standing in the door for your action. So okay, so which area are you standing? Are you standing at the top of the door or the bottom? Because everybody else is going to have to go through the other, you know.
Yeah, that's a good point. All right, I'll make
So
my move,
hot,
then.
sweaty, sick.
I'll rush up with
Oh,
my,
you can throw a shuriken and everybody else can go around you. That can be no problem.
Yeah, your allies can move through your square.
And you got a double, yeah, you got a double door, so yeah. Well, they can go
Okay,
around you.
all
They
right,
can go through you. They can go wherever.
None of my powers have the ranged property, so it's just a standard attack. Is that
They're
correct?
all dragon, tiger, snake, monkey style stuff.
You should be able to click on shuriken and it should tell you.
But yeah, but it's just a standard attack. Is that correct?
Yes, that it would
Yeah.
be. Yeah, unless you have a power that can use shuriken, then you can. If it says anything that says ranged, you can use a shuriken as a ranged
It should
attack.
say range and then a number of squares that
Yep.
it can cover.
Okay, I've got range of 6, so I'll just go ahead and whip a shuriken at this guy.
Remember our boons. Remember our boon.
Okay, so yeah,
Plus
you're
one,
just within range. So I'm gonna put you back at I'm gonna put you at this door behind Vey. So you're at the door behind Vey.
The Seeker strikes again.
All right, nice. That's a crit miss. Wow, that's the first one for you tonight, so that's not too bad. At least it's not
No,
I
it's the
doing it
second
again.
one.
Is it
Oh,
your second
God.
one? Oh boy. All right,
As
so
the Seeker draws his shuriken, he pricks his finger, goes, ow, and drops his shuriken.
what about you? I Longtooth.
Yeah. So we start counting squares from where
We're secret.
basically-
Yeah, basically where one is Vey or one is where Vane's at.
Okay.
And the horse, man, the horse is just non-stop drinking. It doesn't even give a shit what's
Just
going on.
chugging that fucking
Yeah, it is.
devil.
It is. Yeah, it is.
All right.
It's a water horse.
It kind of looks up and it just kind of keeps drinking the water.
So I finally, with some light, will duck a shoulder and go ahead and run in, facing the enemy.
Okay, there you go. I like it. All right, so what are you going to be doing, Fail?
What is this, bracer?
Yeah, it's a browser in front of you. Yeah, somebody's broadcasting.
Browser.com?
That is it's
Bracer's
browsers.
broadcasting.
Yeah, crazy is.
Crazy. Yeah. You're transmitting.
There we go. There we go. Crazy.
Dreadfully sorry, old boy.
How difficult is it to get over the browser.com?
It's a classic, babe. All right, so what are you doing? You gonna hang out by the brazier?
How
or?
difficult? Can you
Let's
hear me?
get through the brazier, I think.
Yeah, how can I get over it? I mean, is it tall? Is it short? Is it
It's
on
a
the
short
ground or-
brazier. I mean, you could probably even tip it over with a successful skill check. It doesn't look like it's got too much ass behind it. You could probably tip the coals over. Seriously, you could probably do it. That's what it looks like. You could probably tip that damn thing over.
And spook the horse.
That's a possibility, old boy.
I only get to move. I only get to move action right now.
Correct.
Right?
Yep.
Right.
Yep.
I have enough movement. Can I go over it?
If you do a successful, I would say yes.
Acrobatics
If you do
check or something?
athletics, yeah, athletics is jumping. So, if you do a successful athletics check, I will let you, as part of your movement, add that into yes.
No, I can't jump for shit, so I'm just gonna move here.
Okay. All right. It's up to you. All right. So let's see. Pride, what say you, sir?
Okay, and I'm behind the seeker, I guess. So I'm just gonna move in.
Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I guess. There you go.
All right. Vane.
I'm loosing an arrow at goblin number 2.
All right, fire away, good sir. I would assume everybody had their weapons drawn, even though I heard nobody say that.
Right.
Okay. Nice,
maximum damage.
nice damage. Yeah, 16 damage. Great damage. As you strike him, and he yells,
Oh! I've been hit! Oh!
all right, so we're up to the top of the round. Round 1. Seeker, what say you?
All right, I'll run in and slay some goblins.
Okay. No more shurikens? No.
No, those don't work very well. I'm gonna do a 5 storms attack
Whoa.
and target each enemy I can see in a burst. Close burst 1, so that would get both of them, correct?
Close burst 1 would hit, let's see, would it? Where you're at now,
Yeah, but-
it would. Close burst 1, yeah. Close burst 1, if you take the pointer and put it on yourself, that's a close burst 1.
Right.
The shaded area, that's close burst 1. So yeah, it would hit.
Okay. Well, we'll see what happens.
Okay, so you got both of them targeted. Very good. Now go ahead and do your attacks. I love this goddamn fantasy grounds. It makes me want to cry. All right, so it looks like you missed one of the goblins. The other goblin you did hit, and that is with 5 storms. So
Okay,
go
I'll
ahead and
damage it.
roll damage 1d8. Yeah, plus dex mon.
Nice.
Nice, very nice. All right. So the one takes damage. Anything else for you? Can't you? Unfortunately, you can't use the
that'll do it
move
for me.
action on that. I do love how the monks have the move action, but you know you are. I'm gonna call you out on this, Mr. Seeker. You're missing your at will,
Oh, that's
no
right.
action center flurry of blows.
Yeah, I
You've been
forgot
missing
about
this,
that.
huh? Mm-hmm.
I'll get it next time. I won't.
No,
forget
you
again.
can. No, you can use it now if you want. No, your fists become a blur, man. You
All
get to
right.
hit with an attack. Well, the trigger is you hit. So the goblin that you hit was
Is
to
that-
cutthroat number 1. So
was
now,
1? Okay.
yeah. So now you could take your damage and hit, 1 creature. But would have been cool though if you would have hit both. Centered flurry of blows affects 1 or 2 creatures, man. No, at level 11 it
No,
affects
I have
1 or
to
2.
be level
yeah.
11 first.
Yeah, my bad.
But still, it's nice little bonus extra.
It's
little
bonus
smack.
damage, yeah, it is. A quick little
Okay,
flurry of
then I'm
blows.
done.
All right,
Then I'm done.
there you go. So you
Daddy
did
knows
8 more
this
damage,
shit.
yeah.
Thank you, Dave. Appreciate it.
No problem, man. All right, so you're up now. Oh no, the goblin's
See-
up. My bad. The goblin, yeah, the
Goblin
goblin
two's
number
up.
2. Yeah, we both hit the button at the same
Yeah,
time.
time
so
for Dave to crit.
Here we go. So goblin number 2, just being hit by the Seeker, doesn't like being hit, especially with all of these hands. It's like the Seeker standing still, and all of these fists are just flurry of shadows going everywhere and punching him. So he's going to take his short sword and attack. He's going to attack himself with a crit, but
my
actually
God.
it was an
Yes!
attack for the Seeker. So I'm just going to carry that over to right. So
Oh,
yeah,
dear.
here it is. Here comes the crit. Dave's bringing the pain train. So let me make sure that I've got a crit targeted on my modifiers, because I got to make sure I got my crit damage. That's for sure. Oops. All right. So here we go on the Seeker. That is a total. Oh my God, max damage at 11.
Damn.
All right, so that's it for the Goblin Cutthroat. Now you're up. And this is
Again.
pretty much basically what you guys can see. You can see doors all over the place. And I'm going to
Right.
open up a little bit more of this as well now.
Seeing his compatriot taking another vicious hit from the goblin that's in front of him, a little incredulous.
Mhm.
With his right hand, he'll scribe a little sign, a rune
I owe you guys some
towards the
XP.
seeker.
All right, defensive rune or the rune of mending.
Uh,
all right,
Mending, yeah.
nice. Hornet, thank you, sir. Hornet, thank you very much
And
for the
then
follow.
that
Appreciate
goes
it.
Out burst 5 for friendlies and I'm gonna be in destruction. So +2 damage. +2